What brings you here? All right, what is it? Ninjutsu is comprised of several fighting styles of various origins. While my clan historically belongs to the Igaru style, my skills aren't limited to it. For instance, I have studied the powerful Hayabusa style that has been passed down in secret by the clan of dragons for generations. I assume you've heard of it as a warrior of the Veiled Edge. Unfortunately, I am not at liberty to divulge how I came to learn it. That I did. Those vessels are like floating fortresses from beyond the sea. I know of nothing comparable. That said, they are manned by human beings like you and me. So long as you manage to sneak aboard, it's anyone's game. A well-trained ninja has the power to topple even the most heavily guarded castle. So I say, why not a black ship? My lord went broke, leaving me without work. I couldn't find employment elsewhere, so I came to Edo to establish my own dojo. In a sea of swordplay schools, the ninjutsu dojo is one of a kind. But people mistake novelty for frivolity, so enrollment is discouragingly low. I hoped to attract soldiers from the military academy, but alas, I fear none can see a use for ninjutsu in today's world. As far as I know, we are the last of our trade. As such, it is imperative that we pass on our art to a new generation.
This seems like a good place to talk. Truth is, I've been getting a lot of cold looks from people lately. I guess I see why. We do have connections with both the anti and pro-shogunate sides. But how can we forge a new Japan if we're bound by social obligation? We're free agents, Ronin, so we need to act like it. They can call me shameless all they want. I've only ever done what I thought was right. Hearing you say that feels like a weight off my shoulders. It's not easy to shed social ties for ambition's sake. I admire that about you. I really do. It doesn't come easy to me for fear of others' judgment. But you really don't seem concerned in the slightest. You're like a free bird in a big blue sky. So I'm going to keep moving forward, even if people do talk behind my back. Maybe one day I'll be able to take off and fly up there with you. No, wait. If you're a bird, then I get to be a dragon. You'll see me soaring ahead of you one day, I promise.
Let's hear it then. What can I say? I've loved cats and such creatures since I was little. I had another cat before Princess Sato, but sadly, she passed away. Even now, I think of her often. She and Princess Sato are irreplaceable to me. They are my treasures, the children I do not have. Yes, that's a fine idea. It might help me feel better. Let's take a little walk. Come with me. The disgrace of it all. I still can't believe that the villain would turn out to be someone from Satsuma. Right now, Japan is faced with an unprecedented crisis. Now, most of all, We must join hands and stand together in common cause. We can't hope to survive if we fight among ourselves like this. Like me, Nakamura wants to change Japan for the better. We merely envision different ways of achieving that goal. As someone who shares the same homeland, I want to believe this. I consider it my mission to bring disparate factions together. But no matter what I do, how much I give, it isn't enough. I can't reach them. So not a word out of you after all. When you stand there in that unflappable way, I feel foolish for letting my frustrations get the better of me. Times like this, it's best to take your mind off your troubles by eating. Tell me, do you like sweets? Excellent, excellent. Well, we really have like minds, you and I. I thought I'd make simmered sweet potato, you see? And I like to treat you by way of an apology for making you listen to my grumbling.
Huh. To think you would come to me by your own accord. Well then, there are some things you don't want to mention here, right? I don't mind going outside. Let's go someplace quiet, where there are no prying eyes. Follow me. Did you think I hadn't noticed? Where you been running about with Sakamoto of late? There's no way that wouldn't get back to me. Though it seems Kusaka hasn't noticed anything. I don't know what you're thinking. We may have walked together in Yokohama, but I guess I really don't know you. But look, just because you wandered down the wrong path, doesn't mean I'll cut things off right now. I mean, I could do that if I wanted, but then my life would be just that little bit less intriguing, wouldn't it? You've got nerve. Surely you won't be cut down so easily. Anyway, you must have your own reasons to do what you do. I've known from the start when we met in Yokohama that your goals were different from ours. I will walk my own path, and you will walk yours. If those paths should cross again, let's celebrate over a drink. Your treat, of course.
Sorry for stopping you like that. I promise it's for a good reason. You see, there is this local herbalist who wants to turn himself into a mummy. And he'd like someone to gather materials in his stead. What do you say? A simple job for a mighty warrior like yourself, no? Heavens! I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? The name's Yoshizo Sudo. I'm just your average informed citizen. I love to write down whatever I see and hear. Perhaps you've heard of me? I've got a book series out called the Fujiokaya Diary. In any case, there is all sorts of things required for mummification. Think you could get them for my herbalist friend, huh? It's funny, but he said something about wanting to prove his research. He certainly is an odd fellow, that one. Oh, wonderful! I knew you'd be willing to help. It's like they say, you can always rely on the kindness of strangers. And before I forget, I've written down the materials here on this paper. In the meantime, I'll ask the herbalist for more details. Where there is life, there is hope, huh? You really came in the nick of time. But what rotten luck, huh? How are getting jumped like that? Who knows? My herbalist friends never seen them either. They must have mistaken us for somebody else. In any case, I knew that you were strong, but you surpassed my expectations. Clearly, my eyes did not deceive me. But where are my manners? This is my herbalist friend I was telling you about.
Did you bring me the persimmons and salt I asked for? Thank you. I know it's not much, but please accept this as payment. Persimmon seeds actually help to prevent flesh from rotting, you see. I guess I will soon be proof of that. Indeed. Which reminds me, Sudo, you may write about it in your diary. And tell your future readers to dig me up someday.
Certainly, certainly. I'll definitely include that. And let me thank you also for your hard work. As bread always falls butter side down, you can be sure we'll meet again.
Ah, there you are. I used to come here all the time, you know. But the last time I came, things didn't quite go as planned. Ah, sorry, I just can't bring myself to tell you. What I'm saying is I can't face going in there today. Why don't we take care of something else first? Ah, all right, all right. Anything to help forge a new Japan.
Been a while, Ryoma.
True. It's good to see you again. I've come to ask a favor, actually. In order to change this country of ours, I'm trying to work out how to reform the shogunate. And I need the help of skilled swordsmen like you to do it.
Reform the shogunate, eh? That's certainly a lot to chew on. Give me some time to consider it, will you? Incidentally, the demon belle of Chiba wants to see you. Don't keep her waiting.
Oh, Ryoma!
Oh!
I had hoped to see you.
No.
You've finally come back to propose! Haven't you?
Good to see you too, Lady Sana, but I'm sorry. I'm just too busy to be thinking about things like that right now.
Oh? Are you trying to weasel out of your promise? Well, if you're intent on denying me that, then fight me instead!
Okay. But you know how I've never been able to stop myself from going easy on you. Oh. Well, my friend here is just as strong as me. Why don't you fight them instead?
Fight them, you say? I have my doubts, but if it will finally make you deliver on your promise, I consent. Just what I'd expect from a friend of Ryoma's. Another silver-tongued charmer.
Well, I'd love to stay and watch, but I think you need some privacy.
Come! Let's fight!
Hey! Lady Sana! I'll explain everything next time. Now I need to get after her.
Hey, that was some fine work. If you're looking for Ryoma and Lady Sana, they ran off somewhere. But I'd leave them be for now. Besides, you said something about wanting my help to reform the shogunate, right? Very well. Beat me, and I'll lend a hand. I'm warning you. I won't go easy. All right, you win. Samurai are men of their word. I'll lend you my aid. You know, you're too polite to be a friend of Ryoma's.
Hachiro, what's going on? Looks like Sana and Ryoma took off somewhere.
Master, sorry for disturbing you. I was just sparring with this visitor.
I've not seen you before. May I ask why you're here? Oh, dear me. It's time Ryoma reaped what he sowed. He's in for it now.
This is Ryoma's friend. Said they're going round looking for skilled swordsmen to try and reform the shogunate. And they're dead serious about it too. Hell, even strung out me into helping them out.
Damn. To think a master like Hachiro could lose. But if you're after good fighters, why not head to the Odani dojo? Master Odani must be known by just about every swordsman in Edo. He's bound to be a great help. Do come back here whenever you like, though. As a friend of Ryoma, there's no need to be shy.
Have you got something to say to me? What is it? I wouldn't say that, but if you're wondering why I challenged you to a match, it was merely to test your strength. I was curious, after all. Besides, had Ryoma come to me with a measly job that anyone could do, I'd have rejected him. And why not? I'm not at all like those other Ronin you see bumbling about. I don't work for loose change. Good question. Though I can't quite reveal everything, I'll give you a sense of how I got here. Ever since arriving in Edo at the age of 18, I've thrown myself into studying swordplay and scholarship, taking trips across the country when I could. Eventually, I came to have a pretty good sense of how the world works. That is, I could plainly see what everyone else could not. Recognizing what a shame it would be to let my talent go to waste, I vowed to shake this country up and really make a name for myself. The Roshigumi is bound to bring me closer to achieving that goal. Though I never expected to amass such a capable bunch. It just happened to be near my school. This was convenient for me, as I'd always wanted to be accomplished in the literary and martial arts. Also, the Chiba Dojo is said to be one of the 3 great dojos of Edo. So I felt that merely by joining, I was sure to turn heads. Indeed, if you want to rub shoulders with the best of the best, you can do no better than being a certified Hokushin Itoryu master.
Are you faring well? And what might that be? A fine question. Well, when it comes to the sword, simply lunging about without thought won't get you anywhere. First comes theory. You must learn what a technique is for and why it was created. Building that foundation is important. To ensure the way of the sword causes as little misery as possible. When I was young, it was thought that simply enduring severe training would naturally foster greater swordsmanship. But that meant the stragglers and slow learners would get injured in combat and leave the sword behind. Which is why I've developed a more reasonable teaching method that I would like to see take root elsewhere. I've said enough. At my age, it doesn't behoove one to prattle on. My focus is the sword. I have not the faintest desire to talk politics. My students ask me for my opinion on a lot of matters. But I say, do as you see fit. You are the ones who will inherit this country, after all. I will say, as an individual, I do hope that the sword will be used to govern this world I've come to cherish.
Good day. I did a fine job of embarrassing myself last time, didn't I? I've intensified my training regimen now. I won't lose next time.
Sana's always been like that when it comes to swordsmanship. She gets so engrossed in practicing, she's up all hours, missing meals, the whole hog.
I take my training seriously. What's wrong with that? If I want to wed Ryoma one day, I'll need to do my utmost in preparation.
She's not one to back down from her words either. I'm just worried she'll hurt herself one day, working so hard.
Perhaps you have a point. In that case, where would you recommend I go to learn? Who do you mean? You have to tell me! Where are they? Where can I find them? Yoshiwara? I suppose the geisha are rich in experience. Perhaps I could gain some insight into the workings of dear Ryoma's heart. Please, you have to take me to Yoshiwara. I need to speak to someone versed in romance.
I'm unsure how I feel about my darling niece being taken to Yoshiwara. But perhaps it's an opportunity for her to see the world a little.
Yes! Now I have my uncle's blessing. You'll really take me to Yoshiwara, won't you? Thank you! Then we can meet once we're both ready. Ryoma.
Lady Sana, I didn't expect to see you here.
What a surprise. Considering you haven't come to visit since last time, I'd assumed you were busy. But you were carrying on with someone else. Would you care to explain yourself?
Hey, what on earth is going on? Why is Lady Sana here in Yoshiwara? What's that supposed to mean?
Do you mean to say you didn't know Ryoma had been frequenting this place?
At any rate, I should be leaving. See you later.
But we haven't seen each other in so long.
Would you please refrain from further censure of that gentleman? I merely asked him to help me find my cats.
Your cats? Oh, is that all? Silly me, jumping to conclusions. In that case, why don't I take Ryoma's place in finding your pets for you? In exchange, will you instruct me in the ways of romance?
Oh, if you are looking for advice on love, I would be delighted to help. Well then, just bring me all the cats in Yoshiwara. I eagerly await your return.
All right, let's be nice and quick about this. Between the two of us, it shouldn't take long.
Thank you very much. Not only did you find my cats, but you helped me, even though you are but guests. The previous visitor's deeds betray that he has fallen for my charms. However, I remain my own person. My affections cannot be compelled. In your case, if it pains you to be apart from the one you love, you must develop the courage to let go from time to time.
But I get so worried. Ryoma lives his life as free as the wind. If I were to let go, I don't think he'd ever come back. Yes, you're right. You're exactly right. It's not like me to make such feeble excuses. I've always dreamed of marrying Ryoma and living as his wife. But I fear he dreams of other things entirely. Perhaps trying to prove to him how much I'd grown was all to avoid acknowledging the ways in which Ryoma himself had grown. No more cowardly conduct. No more fear of change. I have to face him for who he is right now.
What a fine expression you wear. I look forward to seeing what becomes of you both when fate has taken its course.
Has something happened? Go ahead. I'll do my best to answer. He's the one who started it. A few years ago, at the banquet to celebrate his appointment as dojo head, he said that I would make a fine wife. Before I knew what was happening, my uncle was making arrangements. And the rest of it, I believe you know. It's as if it were yesterday. I don't remember exactly, but I was very young. I saw my brother training, and I wanted to do so as well. Our father had a children's sword made for me. And my brother and I would take him on every day. Since becoming a master, I've tended to favor the polearm. But I also have some skill with the kodachi. We should spar soon. Remember what I said to you in Yoshiwara? I told you that I wanted to look clearly at Ryoma, accepting who he is now. Since then, I've been watching him. From afar, of course. Lest the sight of me scare him away. He's really quite the man about town, isn't he? Always making friends, trusted by all. I can't help but wonder, what virtue do I possess that might make me worthy of him? I've given this a lot of thought, but have yet to come up with an answer. So I wonder if I might have better luck asking you, seeing as you two are so close. Tell me, what is my greatest virtue? I must know. Is there anything you find special about me? Ah, yes. Although my students seem to think me too dedicated. Still, I'm glad to hear you see this as a strength. Anyway, you're saying I'll need to focus on more than martial arts to make myself worthy of Ryoma, right? Your words have inspired me to accentuate my strong points. Thank you. I'm not sure it qualifies as an interest, but I'm trained in Moxibustion. My uncle taught me the method as formulated by the Lord of Mito himself. Our students say I'm good enough to do it for a living. And perhaps I will, seeing as my brother will inherit the dojo. When that day comes, I hope you'll give me your custom.
I'm sorry for bothering you, but I have a favor to ask. Won't you hear me out? I'm an instructor at another dojo, you see. And the other day, I saw one of my students cut down a stranger on the street. I confronted him and tried to mete out his punishment, but I couldn't bring myself to finish it, and he escaped. If I face my student again, I fear I'll hesitate again. I can't trust myself to stop him. Please, won't you do it in my stead? Thank you. My student has gotten a taste for blood and will keep on killing. We have no choice but to put him to death. Ah, you're back! Safe and sound! You've done it then. Tended to my student. What are you talking about? Did you deal with my student or didn't you? So you did! So you did! Do you have proof of the deed, by any chance? It would set my mind at ease if there was something I could see. Now, you mustn't lie. The man has a dagger that he never parts with. If you don't have it, it means he's still alive. Fine. I'll just kill him myself. It's more enjoyable that way, and I'll become stronger for it. But first things first, I'll amuse myself by killing you.
Who are you? And what are you doing at our dojo? For Kaishu? You could say that. Kaishu is Master Odani's cousin, and my pupil. It would have been nice of him to come in person. In that case, well... The Master isn't here right now. He's actually... You know, our dojo welcomes competition from other sword styles. Why don't we continue this conversation after some sparring? Well said. Just you try to get the better of Toranosuke Shimada. That got the blood pumping, eh?
Enjoy your victory over the great Tanetsugu Oishi. It won't happen again. I was undefeated for decades until I lost to Master Odani. I will show that old man in the end. And I will show you too. Ha! That's what I like to hear.
Master Odani will take on any opponent. But he'd be especially pleased to fight someone of your caliber. He's out training by the riverbank, not far from here. Do go and see him.
I thought it was nigh time you arrived. I'm Nobutomo Odani, the man you've been looking for. I see. So, you've bested Hachiro and Toranosuke, I surmise. You have a fearsome look indeed. I have the gift of second sight. I jest. Enough talk. It's time you showed me how well you handle a blade. Oh, I look forward to a display of your prowess, young one. Oh, you win. Your talent appears to be the real deal. Oh, you're a sharp one. Not many would have noticed that. The truth is, I've already begun my service to the shogunate at Kaishu's request, as an instructor to any swordsmen he can gather. Well, I can hardly refuse my cousin, can I? I planned to turn him down as I didn't want to neglect my dojo. But the chance to train someone like you, how could I say no? I suppose I'll be giving my all to this new role. No need to thank me. Well, in any case, I'll do what I can. Rest assured, you are in safe hands now.
Do you have some business with me? All right. Indeed, few men are bigger than I. Or perhaps everything in this world is just too damn small. Take the entrances to public baths. They're so low, I'm always bumping my head. And if anybody dares laugh, I give 'em a taste of my fist. By the way, I hear you had a good bout with Master Odani. Come spar with me sometime soon. Years ago in Kyushu, I proved myself to be unrivaled at every dojo I visited. So I moved on to Edo, thinking surely I would find some worthy competition here. But only Master Odani was able to best me, so I can't call myself truly unbeatable until I have brought that old man to his knees. Anyway, as the master hates unruly behavior, I have had to control myself somewhat. Makes me very angry. I met him during my training as a warrior in Kyushu. Naturally, I won our first match. He barely landed a single blow on me. But next time we sparred, the little weasel managed to hold his own, and the result was a draw. You know, one of the reasons I came to train in Edo was to meet a lot of master swordsmen. But there are no worthy rivals here, not like in Shimada. They are all beneath me, while I have proved myself to be near invincible.
How are you? All right. Ask away. The way I see it, it's lonely at the top, even for a master swordsman. To make things more interesting, we need to shake up the world of the blade. One mustn't obsess over form and beauty. Everybody has to practice sparring against different people, or else they won't hone their skills. Anyway, I am trying to lead by example. That's why I'm willing to take on any challenger. I encourage my students to engage in rivalries with other schools for the same reason. Training with the same people every day is no fun. Perhaps I'm getting old, but it's rather tough to be the one doing all the sparring. I've known that boy since he was a baby. We're cousins. But because of our difference in age, I tend to see him as my nephew. I never expected him to become so calculating. But if you ask me, I think he's still wet behind the ears. You mean Toranosuke and Oishi? Toranosuke is serious and full of talent. He learns fast. That is how he managed to become a master only a year after I took him on as a student. As for Oishi, his commitment to self-improvement through daily training is admirable, though he can be a bit arrogant. You should train with these men.
What's on your mind? I'll try my best to answer. I was pretty much unrivaled in my native land of Kyushu. That's what brought me to Edo and to Master Odani. I wanted to find a worthy opponent. In a best-out-of-3 match, Master Odani admitted defeat to me only once. At first, I was elated, but then I realized that I was now his student. Which reminds me, on that day, Master Odani treated me to a skewered dumpling. Afterwards, I washed the skewer and have kept it with me to this day. It's a keepsake from my master. Moreover, I believe that dumpling held some deeper meaning, although I haven't quite figured that out yet. He is truly the sword saint. Someone indispensable to a world of swordplay. He is constantly encouraging friendly rivalries between different sword styles to raise the bar of swordsmanship for everybody. On another level, this is meant to strengthen the bonds between our swordsmen, as it is they who will one day be called on to protect our land. I may not be strong, but I like to support my master's dream in whatever way I can. And so, I will continue to wield my sword to aid him. We both used to belong to the same Jujutsu dojo. Later on, at the suggestion of Master Odani, he became my student. I've instructed him not only in swordplay, but Zen too. But I never expected him to ascend to such heights as he has. I only hope my teachings have served him in some way.
Who are you? Yes, that's right. Ah, so you're his new assistant, are you? He's told me you're one to watch. My name is Takeaki Enomoto, Admiral of the Shogun's Navy. I've come here today to observe. A company of guards has been soundly beaten by the French in a military exercise. I fear their command has all but given up on our nation. Without Brunei, our forces stand no chance of being trained to a Western standard. That's why I need you to go out there and impress him. Is that a fact? Either way, I am most grateful. Now, let me show you inside.
Not bad. When Ketsu told me he had arranged some entertainment, he must have meant you. Hey, I feel I have come to understand him somewhat better.
I am sorry. At Katsu's request, I did not inform the French side that this was merely a continuation of the training exercise. I intended to halt proceedings if things got out of hand. I never imagined the French base would fall.
Well, well. It seems I was too hasty in writing this nation off. I do not need pressure from you. Admiral Enomoto, I will train your men in French military technique. But there are conditions. I do not expect everyone to be of this warrior's caliber, but I need men who are willing to learn. Samurai who rush headlong into battle are mere cannon fodder. I care nothing for status. I just need spirited young folks who I can teach to fight from scratch.
Understood. We will start to recruit them without delay. I am grateful to you. I'm afraid I must remain here. May I ask one last thing of you? Find Tatsugoro Shinmon in Asakusa and tell him what we've discussed. I'd like him to help recruit some youngsters. Chief of the Firefighters. He's an old acquaintance of Katsu's, and I've met him a few times. A quirky fella, but he should be able to help. My thanks.
Listen up, punk! If there's something you want, spit it out. I'm a busy man, and I haven't got all day. Is that right? Well, what's he after? And I'm supposed to sort the wheat from the chaff? I haven't got time for that. Especially now that some gang's been starting fires around Sensoji Temple. Boy, I don't know what's going on anymore. But I've got a feeling it isn't going to end well. Point is, I don't have time to be getting mixed up with you. So go and wash your face with miso soup or something. Go and find yourself a local and ask them, all right? That's what I like to hear. But it's going to take more than words to win me over. There's a whole gang of them starting these fires. So if you can round them up, I might consider helping you. How about it? You think you can catch these thugs? Well, once you've dealt with them, come and see me in the main hall. That's where my men are based. All right. I get it. You're no run-of-the-mill samurai. I'll give you that. And you caught those arsonists to boot. I can't very well ignore your request now, huh?
Chief Tatsugoro, good to see you again. I believe you know why I've come to visit?
I do. You want me to round up a bunch of young folks. Well, your wish is my command. Hundreds of young men with no prospects have come through my care. Many of them are more than willing to take up a good cause. Yeah. You just let him know he can leave everything to me.
Thank you for your aid. Leave the rest to me. I'll report back to Katsu.